Good evening, music. Welcome to Music Scrap, the musical scrapper. And today we are going to do another. We're going to do a box. In my classroom at school, I'm a teacher. If you didn't know that, yeah. Not sure anyone doesn't know that, but anyway, if you didn't, I am a teacher, and currently teaching K-5 music. And so we have these. I have this whole stack of rhythm cards, and there's 4 different colors because the white ones are easy, a little harder, a little harder, a little harder. All right, and so they've been kind of stuck on my desk in a file holder and not getting used as much as I should be using them. So, plus, I also have some cards that I have to post every day. Yep. So, when I was buying stuff for my classroom, because we were given a certain amount of money to spend in our classroom, I came across these at Staples. So what they are is they're mini hanging file folders. So I thought these would be perfect to hold my cards. All right? Except that they're letter size and I have nothing to hang them in. So I'm going to make a box. Yeah. And I'm actually going to make a couple of different slots because I want one slot for these cards and one slot for my curriculum cards because there are curriculum cards that I have to post each day so that the kids can see what part of the curriculum we're working on that day, which usually is most of it. But aren't they cute? Well, and it's great because if you have something in your file folder that's like this height that you're going to store in your filing cabinet, right? They don't get lost down in the bottom of a regular size file. That's what I like about them. So that's why I thought, ooh, I have to get those. Yeah. So, okay. So, first thing I need to do is to measure, because of course they hold something that's 8.5, but they're longer than 11 inches. They hold something that's 11 inches, and I'm hoping that I don't need anything longer than 12. So let's cross our fingers. I mean, if they do, I can always attach. But woohoo, 12 inches long should be perfect. See that? And I'll just put the sides on the outside of the box because that gives me another 1/8 of an inch on either side. Okay, so there's 12 inches long. So my chipboard will be perfect. And I want these to hang in the box without touching the bottom. Now, right now they're connected, but some of them I may actually slit the bottom of, we'll see. Anyway, the only thing I wish they were is that they expanded a little better, that they were like accordion, but we'll see. They should hold all right. If not, I will take them apart and add something there. Very funny, Gina. Hi, Bren. Oops. Hi, Carol. Oops. Okay, I just want to make sure my mouse is out of the way here because I every now and then I hit it. Okay, so Bren's back with her snack. So there is that. All right, so now let's see how deep the box has to be. It can be any depth. I mean, obviously, because these are gonna hang, but I don't want it any taller than it necessarily has to be. So these are 4.5 inches to the top. So I'm going to make the box 5 inches tall. Just so just to make sure they don't rub along the top and whatever. Or the bottom of the box. Okay. So 12 by 5 inches. Oh, okay. Thanks, Brenda. Who is she now? What? oh. Okay. Sorry. Got me confused, Gina. So this is the paper I'm going to use. Oh, sorry, I had it upside down. This was Seven Gypsies, and it was on clearance somewhere at some point. I don't even remember where. It was on clearance. And so it's from the Paddington paper line. And so it was on clearance. And so, of course, I had to get as many sheets as I thought I might someday use. It's handwritten. Actually, what's really funny is it looks like one of my professors' writing that he used to make us read. He had very messy written music, and he used to write his choral arrangements, and we photocopy them, and we would have to read them. Yeah. So, on one side, conveniently, on one side it's white, and on the other side it's black with white music. So I'm going to put this on the inside with the white on the outside of the box. Oh, some reason my chat's not scrolling. There, that should work. Hi, Nat. I saw you come in. You can't sneak in. Hi, Dana. Oh, hi, Joe. I saw you come in and then get booted out of chat, so. All right. And I'm going to use black for my hinges to hold the box together. And I'm going to use this Ranger Glue and Seal Matte. Oh, hold on. See if this helps. This Ranger Glue and Seal Matte Finish. Test it out. See how it works. This is just, it's not really thin paperweight, but it is paperweight. It's not cardstock weight, but it's. So this is going to go over here until I need it. Okay, hold on. And turn my chipboard pack around here so I can grab it. Okay, chipboard. Should be 2 pieces. Okay. Oh, hi, Opaque Whisper. Oh my gosh, trying to remember your name from New Year's Eve. I am making a box that will hold these for my music classroom. That will hold these small. They're 5 inches, 4.5 inches deep file folders for flashcards in my classroom. So that is what I'm going to make. Oh, all right. So 12 inches by 5 inches. That's not too hard for you, Sherry. Okay. Got my chipboard laid in. 5 inches. I need a front and a back and a center, which is going to be slight. Yes, I know. We're all comedians, Sherry. Darcy. Oh, I was just saying it because someone who wasn't here when I said it first came into the room. Gee Louise. Ugh. Oh, sorry. Okay. I found these hanging file folders at Staples, and I'm going to use them in my music classroom and for flashcards. But they're letter size, and so my filing cabinet drawers are in my classroom are legal size. Plus, I don't want them over in the corner of my filing cabinet. I want them on my bookshelf, right under the bulletin board where I can reach and grab them. I have these rhythm flashcards. Plus, I have curriculum flashcards that I need to have available to display every day. So, I'm making a box for the file folders. There we go. Oh, Darcy agrees with Annette. Oh. Okay. Oh, poor Big Whisper is getting booted around. Can anyone remember what's Opaque's name? I'm trying to remember from New Year's Eve, and I can't remember for the life of me her name. Oh, she did a nice job. Excellent. Can't wait to read it, Bren. Can't wait to read it. So, everyone, while I'm cutting chipboard here, I'm just going to let you know that Bren 47 here, or Elegant Tangle on Ustream. Share, if you open links, you can post the link to her blog post. Is hosting a retreat in Austin, Texas. And, of course, the grand prize on New Year's Eve was the hotel and flight by an anonymous donor, which Sherry and I won. So, Bren has just posted the details on her blog about the retreat. So, if you're interested in reading about it, to decide whether you would like to be, I think she can host up to 24. It's going to be at a hotel. We have rooms blocked off, rooms ready to book. Plus we have a classroom, banquet room that we're going to use as a classroom. There's going to be lots of fun, lots of arting, lots of laughing and eating, and lots of that. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I just saw that as I peeked over. Anyway. So. Oh yes, and also my prizes from New Year's Eve went in the mail today on my way home from work, but I think they only have one outgoing mail time now, which is noon. So I missed it, or 11:30 or something. And I missed it. So they should leave the postal outlet here in Canada, Eastern Mars, tomorrow. So if you want a prize on my stream New Year's Eve, they should be coming soon. Okay. Alright, so I have 3 because I'm putting a divider in the middle. Alright, so now I have to decide how deep I want it to be. It's gonna sit on my bookshelf. I'm gonna make it 5 inches, I think. Make it 5 inches. That sounds good to me. Inches by 5 inches. Ooh, that's not gonna leave much room. Let's see. I might want to make it no. I should have left it the 7. And whenever I made that first cut, I knew I should have left it at 7. There, that's better. Okay. Alright, put those in my spare. Over here. Let's see if I have one that's big enough that I can cut up. Come here, you. Okay. Going into my scrap drawer. Add these scraps to it. Looks like I have lots collected. Oops. Aha! This one looks like it should work. Yeah. There we go. That's why I keep my scraps nearby. I've got to move this. I don't know how this pack of paper get in there though. There. All right. I knew I should have some. Okay, so 5 inches. I'm going to cut this end off because it could bend or something. Look at it. By 7 inches. Oh, and I forgot the bottom. Duh, Jean. Silly, silly, silly. So 7 by 12 for the bottom. So I have to start a new one anyway. No, that's okay. I'll have a bigger piece left over. And so for the bottom, I need it 7 inches. Okay. So obviously, because of the size of this one, I can't make it the way I like to make my boxes now, where I just score the corner and fold it up. because of the size of this particular box, I couldn't do that. Okay. It's too big. I'm going to put my paper blade in there, so when I go to cut my paper, it will be all ready. Speaking of paper, I may as well cut them now. Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna have to be creative with my hinges because this paper's only 11. That's okay, they should, corners should work all right. So I'm gonna cut my hinges at 3 inches. That'll be 1.5 inches each. Make a nice sturdy box. And that leaves me with 2.5. So, bottom inside, this will be the bottom outside. Bottom corners. And then, okay, so for the center joint, I should be able to use these to join the center divider. I'll use the 2.5 inches left. So then I need 5-inch ones. Right, so I'll do them 3 inches by, okay, so I need 5-inch ones this way. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm thinking of my box. So for this uprights, I need inside and outside. And I want it to go down over the corner on the bottom for my outside ones. And probably inside. So I need them 5, so I'll make them 5.5 inches. So it'll be half of this. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 12. Or 6 times 2, I mean, is 12. I'm just going to make them each 2 3/4 so that I can get the equal number. Two. One. Two. 3, and I need 1 piece of paper. Poor Sherry. Do we need to fan you, Sherry? Have we lost you? It's only 1/2 inches though. 3/4. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Once I finish cutting these, I will check to make sure I haven't missed anyone. So it's the outside corners. I think I have the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. All right. Now to score all these. All right, let me check chat here. Hey, Carol. Okay. All right, scoreboard. Okay. Score them in half. I am building, for those who have just come in, I have flashcards in my classroom that I need to have easier access to. Rhythm flashcards. So when I was at Staples, I found these mini hanging file folders. And they're 8.5 long. Letter size, in other words, well, they're 12 inches long. They're letter size, so they'll hold 11 inches long, and they're 4.5 inches high. So I am building a box that I can hook these over the edge. So I'll have access to my rhythm files, flashcards, and my curriculum flashcards that I need to have right at hand. So. Aren't they cool, Murda? Yeah, I've never seen them before, and they weren't with all the other file folders. They were, you know how Staples has between the two sets of aisles, they have the little square display, whatever, and that's where they were. So I happened to see them as I was going by. And 5/8. Oops. Sorry, 1 3/8, not 5/8. Yeah, they're letter width. They're for like a letter size filing cabinet, and my filing cabinets are legal size, so they won't fit in my filing cabinets at school. These will be all my hinges that'll hold my box together. the Ranger Bone folder. It's specific to my scoreboard, so it goes back away with it. Exactly, Carol. Yeah, so, I mean, the thing is, if you buy regular hanging file folders, right, you can, trim them down, leave a hinge to put on. These are scored at the 1/4 inch. I've got to figure out how on earth one would. Oh, I see. You just push it. So they are going to. They are scored, so I'll be able to. So there'll be have a little room on the bottom. So I do like that. I just noticed that. So then you can keep the leftover, what you cut off a regular hanging file folder, to use in mini albums or whatever. Bye, Dana. Hi, wee Sarah. I am making a box, Sarah, to hold my wee mini hanging file folders for my school flashcards. And this is just the Recollections cardstock. So it's what, 60 pound or whatever? That's for outside corners. Oh, I forgot about the top corners. So those are the different ones, smaller ones. Slightly smaller. And I'm going to do that right now while I'm thinking of it. So I don't have to do it in the middle. That one, I'm not quite sure why I folded that one a little crooked. Not that it matters because it's going to get covered, but Sarah is uploading video to YouTube. And Ustream is letting her be on here as well. Very good. Alright, so I need to cut another one. Now it only has to be like 1.5 inches, the other to go over the top. back. Plus I'm going to have to join. Oh, I can do it from the sides. So let's do inch and a half. This is for the top edge, to cover my top edges. Oh, and I need another one for the inside, one more. Hoping, oops. Yeah, gee, smart. Did it wrong. Oh, not this one. So I need an inch and a half. This is for the center. Plus I'm going to need a little bit. All right, scoreboard again. Sunset Carol. All right, so let's. I don't use the Martha Stewart one that came with this, or this Martha Stewart one because it's too pointy and I find it goes through my paper if you're not careful. So I just put one aside here. Quarters. 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 Oh, that's not in straight. So I don't. These are for finishing up top edges. Oh my, I'm hungry. I forgot to eat. I napped all afternoon. I forgot to eat. My stomach's growling already. Oh well. Oh, is Dee Dee here? Hi, Dee Dee. Of course, if she's got the spinny thing. Hi, Tina. Oh, Dee Dee, I'm making a box. I found these mini hanging file folders that I'm going to use for my flashcards at school. And I need a box to sit on right on my up front in my classroom so I can access it quickly and easily. So I'm making a box. Okay. So I've almost got all the measuring. I can start constructing. There sponges ready to go. Okay. There's my bottom. And my front, back, and my divider. Okay. So, next, my sponges are not going to get needed today. Yay. No sponging. Now, of course, I'm not using my matte medium to put the box together, just to apply the paper when it comes to that point. So, score tape, here we come. Actually, this is not score tape, this is Express-It tape, which is the tape that's made by Copic, because my Miracle tape hasn't come in yet. Mitzi. All right, now some of these are inside ones, so it's going to go on this part. Okay. All right. Okay, so front inside, back inside. Oh, front, oops. Oops. Maybe I should put my tape down while I'm figuring. Alright, so front outside, inside, back outside, inside. Okay. Then this is inside and inside on my insert. So both of these get on this part. and then that's for the divider. Making a box for my mini file folders, Mitzi. Hanging mini file folders for my flashcards. So. Alright, so now I need my side hinges. So, I've got outside. Oh no, these are corners. Okay, so front corner. Front corner. And inside and inside. Hey, 7! Okay. So, front, outside, inside. Oh, there goes a roll of tape down the tube. Do I have any more 1/2 inch? Yes, I do. This is probably my last 1/2 inch one. This one is scored tape. Oops, sorry. I apologize for the earthquake. Oops. I do, Dee Dee. It's how my boxes stay together. I guess about as much as you go through matte medium. Oh dear. Score tape, call me. No. Alright, so these are inside. So they go this way. Outside. Oh no, Joyce, are you having trouble? Okay, so okay. So there's those. And now I need my inside ones for my divider. These all go on the mountain side of the fold. Of course, had I not napped all afternoon, I could have had this tape all on. But then you guys wouldn't have had the fun of watching me apply all this tape. Because, you know, I know it's just so exciting. From Deb? Oh, right. Yeah, well, I knew I was going to nap because I didn't sleep very well last night. So I knew I was going to nap. I gotta stop thinking about what I'm going to do in school the next day when I go to bed. Yeesh. But it's just because it's the first, like this is the first Monday that I've had kids. So I was just kind of going through my head what I was doing with my grade 4s and my grade 5s and ish. And grade 1s. Oh, well, I'll have something. Oh, Joe's on after me. I was going to say, I'll have something to watch tomorrow afternoon when I get home. Oh, and Dee Dee's, apparently, Dee Dee. Hopefully, we're going to have Dee Dee and a secret guest in an impromptu stream tomorrow. Yay! That would be so cool. Okay, so those are my inserts. Alright, so this is the bottom. I'm just going to put that aside for a moment. Okay, so this is a side. So it gets one here. I'm only taking off one side. Now, my box over here close enough. And I'm going to leave it overhang on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up at the top. And then fold it over. And it's overhanging at the bottom, but that's on purpose. Then I'm going to trim up from the bottom a V. Oops, this way though. Hello. Just didn't get it right up to a point. Now I did. And same thing on the inside. line it up to the top. Actually, I'm going to turn it this way so I can line this right with the inside edge and the top edge. Okay. And I'm going to fold this up so that it doesn't get in the way of the other one. And trim a triangle out of that. Okay, so you can see what I have there. So that's going to, it's actually going to go like that, but anyway. Okay, so these are the sides of my box. I just need to make sure that I overhang it on the same side so that the top is still the top. Overhang down here. Go. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't you dare stick together. There we go. And trim my Okay, so there's one corner, one side. Same thing here. Yep, I do, because that, yes, my tape has a hangover, Joyce, because it's going to go down around the bottom of the box to secure the corner. Oops. Oh, that's not straight. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Now I will cut these bottom ones. Okay, so now there's my sides. Alright, so now I'm going to do my front and my back. I'll leave the center one for a moment. Yep, Joe's streaming after me. Yeah, didn't I say tomorrow morning, Dee Dee? I'm sorry, I meant to say tomorrow. Dee Dee's gonna stream tomorrow morning with a mystery guest. Sorry, I didn't finish the thought. I apologize to confuse everyone. Alright, so on this one, the sides are going to be taken care of. I already have the parts for the sides. Now, with this, it's going to be short, 1/2 inch, which will be taken care of by the side. Oh, I did? Okay, Sherry, thank you. I looked up and asked, I thought it looked like people were, oops, confused, I thought. Okay, so 12, and I'm just going to line it up at about the halfway mark, 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and on the other side, it goes this way. Lining it up, in a grid. Oh, right down on the edge there, G. There we go. I apologize if you were looking at the top of my head. And same for the other one. Oops. All right. Hi, Jeanette. Okay. Oh, darn. I can get it if you get it up soon enough, and I didn't burnish it. Ooh, yay! Okay. this is for my insert. Oh, and I need one. Somehow I messed up counting. Oh well. Okay, so now I need my bottom of my box. Don't need my bottom, I need my bottom of my box. Alright. So, let's move this out of my way. Here's my bottom. And I'm going to peel off the outside one first. And since this is a box and not a book that needs to be opening and closing, oh, actually, I think I want to put the sides on first because I need the sides. Yeah, I'm going to put the sides on first because I need the sides to sit a certain way. So I'm going to simply take my square tape cover out of the garbage and put it back in place. Oops. So nothing gets stuck to it. Night, Emma. Glad you could come for a while. Okay, so now the thing is, when I put this together, I want the end to add some length to the front. So I want the front to go in and sit, all right, rather than having this go down on top of that, okay? This will add a little bit of length to my 12 inches. Give me a little bit of space, hopefully enough. And that's the overhang, so that has to go to the bottom. Alright, so it doesn't have to open and close like a book, so I don't want to leave any space. So what I'm doing is I'm going to line it up exactly with the edge, sitting it up like this, getting everything aligned. Then I'm going to fold this up like that. Alright, I don't want any give on my box. Okay. Alright. So now that I know, put this side on. Oops, pulled off the wrong side. This one. Once again, this is going to line up. This on the outside. Hold on, I had to flip it over. Okay, hold on. This is left-handed. So I want to make sure this goes on the outside. Okay, so. Yeah, okay. Just checking my overhang, make sure. I gotta get it lined up here at the top. pushing it right in. All right, I got to turn it around and do it left-handed because I can't, otherwise it's too hard to line up. Okay. Line up the top parts with my chipboard. There we go. All right, and so then that's going to go like that. Now the bottom can go on, and the bottom's going to line up squarely with the front. I just wanted to make sure that I had the sides correct. All right. All lined up perfectly. And then I'm going to fold the hinge up. And I'm going to go over all of these, of course, with my, once I have it all together. Okay, so now I forgot to put something on. I forgot these parts. Alright, so that's going to go like that. Alright. Let's take this off. hold on. This got stuck on me. The one that's stuck there. And it's stuck here. There. Okay. Take off this. I guess I could have put these inside ones on at the end, but it's just as easy to do it this way, I find. Okay. Now this is going to go up this way. Pretty soon we will have a 3-sided box all put together. This can go. Oops! I apologize for the avalanche. Okay. And the inside. Oh, okay. This did not match up very well. Here, let me put this down. That's why I did not burnish it really hard at first. So you can get rid of some of the wrinkles. There we go. Okay, so now these parts that I left that were longer can flip down over the corner. Oops, eesh. Did notice a little tab there. It has to go underneath. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so now what I need to do is fold this up. One miter two, and fold this up. Fold this up. And fold this up. Those are my tabs. Okay, so far we have 3 sides. Now I just need to put on the front. Make sure these are down. Now this is always the hardest, getting the 4th side on the box. So I'm going to take off the inside part first. Oh, but I suppose I should put in, no, it'll be easier. It'll be more square if I do it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just sit this, and it should sit slightly down in, oops, the other way. To line it up here. There we go. Line it up. And ooh, Darcy, got some. Yay! Wow, Darcy. That is a big mail day. Didn't even check my mail yet because it wasn't in when I got home from school, and I just didn't bother going back down yet to check the mail. I'll probably check tomorrow. I always get my mail a day later because if I'm too lazy to go down and check, then I don't get my mail. Okay. Now I'll take these off. All right. This is going to have to come off again. I may have to put... I didn't get it lined up very well. Oops, sorry. Okay. And I'm going to have to add a little extra tab on that end of cardstock. Okay. All right. All right, so let's get these inside ones attached here. Guess I want to do the bottom first. tape in my garbage bin. There we go. Rescue it. Rescue! Uh-oh, Robin. Oh, dear. Oh! Sophie John. Okay, just hold on. Why is my brain escaping me? I know your name, Sophie. Come on, help me out, someone. I didn't see you come in. Um... Bridget, oh, thank you. Gosh darn it, I feel silly because I knew that. Sorry, Bridget. Hello, Bridget. Oh, dear. I apologize. I really do know your name. Okay. So once I have it together, I'm going to go over all my edges with my bone folder. And I'm going to have to add on the bottom here. You can see that this doesn't want to stick because there was a couple times I had to. So I have my edge there that I have to put on. Okay. So I'm going to add a little glue onto this. Because I pulled it up a couple times and the score tape has lost its will to stick. Okay, so how come this isn't long enough? They should be long enough. Just really strange. Oh, because I know why. Because I was silly and cut them the wrong way. Because I cut them at... Never mind. I cut them at 5.5 instead of 7. That's all right. I got these leftover ones that I had the wrong length. Didn't cut down, so I will just use those. Use those for a project somewhere. All right, so I'm gonna line it up. Pull down any little extra stick over of my tape. Oh, sorry, hold on. I have once again hit my camera. I'll try and get a little more in view here. So I'm gonna line up first the side that does not have the tape exposed. Then I'll fold this over. And adhere that. And this is going to cover over my little icky spots that I had left on the corners. All right. Perfect. sorry I didn't see you come in. I was busy. Yes, Carol, I agree. They were wonderful. Mine are coming out individually. I should be heading out of the post office tomorrow. Because I didn't get there in time to get today's. I think I'm still going to have to. I need a little piece here. Because it's going to be I just need a little piece. So I think I just need to cut this right here. I think it'll work. I just want to go over a little edge that's exposed before I put my final side on here. Okay, now I can put this on. All right, so I'm lining it up. Take my tapes off. So although score tape is a dry adhesive, apparently from what I read and have read and heard, it still does cure, and it takes 24 hours. So basically in 24 hours this should be inseparable. I don't know what I did with my other bone folder. So I'm just going to go over all the edges. Alright, and now I still need to put in the insert. And cover the other edges, top edges. I'll put the insert in first. I hope I didn't just use my insert. I did. That's what they were for. That's okay. I'll make 2 more. Dang it. I have another piece left. And then I need to snip just a tiny triangle, not too big, just so it folds properly. All right. side it goes. Oh, right. And I need, see, I never count, right? I thought I had this all counted right. Go. Gotta fold up my hinges here. Sorry. I should have actually scored them, but sometimes you can be off a little bit because of the thickness of the chipboard, so there we go. Alright, so that's going to go like that. Alright, so I can take off. I was just checking the fit. Take off my score tape. Okay, in it goes. Glue down about halfway or so. Oops, that's not straight. My biggest problem is ATs are too small a space. That's what I had difficulty with mine. It was like, ugh. Without making it look crowded, in my opinion. Anyway, for me, everybody else's looks great, but. Alright. Alright, so now I have to cut because somehow I miscounted and I actually. Okay, so I need two more that are 5 inches. Alright, so let's do. Alright, so I need 2.5. 2.5. So there's my inside. And that's 1 plus 1 more. Okay, I'm gonna keep that for same. I dare not even try by hanging folders yet. You know, there's always that point when you think, oh, I'm gonna figure it out right, go together right, is it gonna work? Even though you're pretty sure you did. Oh, dear friend. It's a nice way to display the cards, though. My mom has this mailbox that she made. It stands about, I don't know, 4 feet tall. All made out of wood. My dad, when Mom was doing all her crafts with wood, my dad cut all the parts. She of course gave him the measurements, and you often watched over him when he cut them. But okay, so these are inside pieces. So it's this really cute Christmas mailbox, and it stands about 4 feet tall, and it's all decorated with Christmas trim and painted red and stuff, and it sits open, so all of her Christmas cards go in there. Yeah, Darcy, I'm the same way. I've got a lot of them made. I've got a really good head start, though. I've got about 50 cards made, but I couldn't get enough made with all my knitting. I mean, I started in plenty of time. If I didn't have to stop for knitting, I would have actually got them out this year. And since I'm still knitting, for the 3rd time, just a sweater. Good thing I like knitting. That's all I can say. And then I'm going to knit her a hat as a bonus for having to wait for her Christmas present. As a bride. To not be mad at Aunt Jean. Or the pattern. I actually decided I am making Jen's planner, but I haven't finished it yet. But I will work on it when I want to break from knitting. A friend of mine is coming up to her 60th birthday, one of my scrapbook friends, and her sister is holding a surprise party for her. I don't have to worry, they don't watch my Ustream, so I'm like, oh, that could be part of her gift. And next week, I'll probably be making the rest of her gift. So, I'm going to make her a mini album. Actually, yeah, it's going to be a mini album, but it's going to be a guest book for the 60th birthday. So there's going to be places for guests to sign, plus there'll be pages for her to put photos of everyone that has come. No, it wasn't actually. That's a different project. But that's not going to be done for a while, that other project, because it's actually several projects. So it's going to be a while before that secret project, those secret projects are done. Alright, so these are the other hinges that I don't have here yet. I want the box to be sturdy. It's going to be handled mostly by me, but You never know what kids are going to fool around with it. I don't teach the middle school. The other teacher does, so who knows what could happen. So I want it to be very sturdy and last for however many years I have left before retirement. Well, Brenda, you know what? That's what art is all about. We all have to learn somehow. I learned everything I learned by watching other people, and at first it was purely copying, but now I'm basically I use what I learned from Kathy O and Laura Dennison, and those were the major influences on me with my box making and my mini albums. And then, of course, Jen and several other people that I follow and subscribe to on YouTube. But, you know, somewhere out there, I learned how to make boxes by watching people on YouTube. And then I put my own spin on it. I mean, I can't possibly go and say, this box that I'm making today, I mean, it's inspired by everything that I watch. I mean, I'm sorry, but no art is completely unique anymore, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And I'm very flattered if someone makes something because they watched my video or saw something on my blog that I made. So, go for it, people. Because you're not really copying me, you're copying someone else. You know? That's the way I see it. It's not like I do this for a living. I do this for enjoyment, for the art of it, so. Yep. So. Okay. Okay. So it's inside. Now I'm going to take off these pieces of score tape. And I should have taken off the one that was nearest first, because that would have been easier. Oh, come on. Get my fingers in there. Alright, once I get these two hinges on, I will test it out, cross my fingers, that it works, because if it doesn't, well then, oh, come on. Why did you... Okay, so, go from the center. Right. There we go. Oops, got to check the end. Okay, so there's one more hinge, and then just the tops. Oh, Deborah, hi. Okay, for those of you who came later, I found these hanging file folders, but they're letter size, so they hold 8.5. They're actually 12 inches, or they hold 11 this way. They're actually 12 inches long, And they're 4 inches high. Okay. Ta-da! Yay! Hi, Kimber. Oh, sorry, you pay. Oh. Aren't they cute? So they're for, I'm going to use them for flashcards in my classroom. So I had to make this box. I got one more hinge to put on here. Thanks, Bran. I've got rhythm flashcards and curriculum flashcards. But I needed to find a more convenient way of storing. So, because I'm going to be using my rhythm ones a lot more this term than I did last term. So, there. Okay. Hinges are done. Nice and sturdy box. And actually having that divider was a good idea, simply for the fact that it gives a little more sturdiness to the whole arrangement of the box. There's not going to be a cover or anything because the whole point is I want it to be open. Oh, okay. Bye, Karen. See you later. Oh, did Bren say goodbye too? Okay. So, all right. So now my covers for the top. All right. So these get score tape. Right along the edge. Doesn't have to go all the way to the top because now I actually have, I should have brought it out. I had some clear MAC tack that I should put along the edges. I'll see when I put the matte medium over it. This one's going to get cut down into my leftovers, what I need to finish up the front and back. And I missed a little spot there. Okay, so that's front. Back. Divider. And this should do any other leftover that I have. Oops, I should only need one more. We shall see. And then all I have left to do, what am I at here? Oh, 2 hours. Very cool. Then all I have to do is add my pattern paper, and I'm going to be using matte medium for that. By Ranger, Ranger glue and seal I'm going to use to add the paper, pattern paper. first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach these right about the center. So Robin, do you put the dogs in daycare a couple of times a week just so they have a, chance to play with other dogs, or? All right, so that's gonna come around half an inch. Yeah, Annette, yours were gorgeous. Very nice. All the ATCs were wonderful. Guarantee you, mine were a struggle. In between the knitting, I was so glad when I finally found what I was looking for at the end, why they were late getting out. Okay. Hey, Suzanne. Oh, yeah. So now it's good for them. I'll tell you, my Coda and Nova, that dogs at my mom's, my older sister's actually, whatever, her daughters, but anyway, they they get all excited when Janet takes them in the car, but only because they think they're going to daycare. If they end up going to the vet instead of daycare, they're all upset. Anyway. Alright, so I'm going to measure this individually. So, 3 3/4 plus 3/4, 4 1/2. Four and a half, 5, and oh no. Actually, I'm going to do it this way and then I'll slice it. I'll add it up. Okay, so it's 7 inches. And that's what I got left. I'll do that as a, okay, hold on. And that's not quite long enough, okay? Rightio. I'll just go this kind of measuring. So what did I say? 3 3/4, 5 and half. Oops. Would help if I held my ruler the right way. Five and a half. Hello, there's 5 1/2 right there. Okay. And it still may not be exactly right, but we shall see. Okay. Alright, I think I'll do it this way. This will be easier. Alright. Miter it a little bit. See if it's inside. There we go. Alright. So, this is going in there. Alright. Yeah, this should have got covered, just so you know, before I put the insert in. But I learned by doing it wrong more often than I learned by doing it right. Oh! Hi, Ines. I am making a box. I found these mini file folders at Staples. I'm a teacher and I need something to hold my flashcards. So I am making a box for my bookshelf to hold these mini file folders for my flashcards. That is what we are in the process of making at the moment, folks. And I'm just trying to cover all the edges before I put my pattern paper on so that it just has a nice black edge. There we go. This is how I should have done it. Yes, I should have had this all attached before I put my insert in. Would have made my life so easy. Next time. Oops. It went flying. Giovanna, you're from Serbia. Ooh. Okay, Darcy, I'll let you know when I start decorating. Yes, very cool. Oh, and very nice. Nice to have you. In my very frustrating box making stream. Yeah, whatever. I'm learning as I go. That's my whole point. this side's even going easier. I learned a little trick from doing the last side. I can still do it in one piece. And I'm going to have less to mend. I apologize. Glad no one's trying to follow along with me. Might want to put that in the description. Oh. Serbia, very cool. Good thing there's a chat. Ustream, keep you guys occupied while I get this whole ordeal sorted out. Okay. Alright. So now I just need to add, I'm just going to go over this all of the top edges. The bone folder. And that one didn't go all the way down the way I wanted either. There. Gives it a nice finished look. Alright, so now I just have a couple of little spaces here that I need to cover. Oh, okay. There, that covers up that side. And this side just needs a slim piece. This way. Eesh. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. All right, Darcy, time for pattern paper. Also means I need to get out my grungy craft mat. Got my sponge. I don't think I've used this bottle yet. Nope. All right, so pattern paper. Ruler. My bone folder out of the way. So of course it's 12 inches plus a little bit. So I'm going to make it 11 3/4 by so it's 4 3/4. So 11 3/4 by 4 3/4 for the front and the back and the 2 inserts. Alright, so obviously I want the paper going this way. So this is going to be the 4 3/4. Oh, actually I'll take the 1/4 inch off first. Make sure that it's actually 12 inches. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to take a little less. I'm going to do it the 8th. I don't want a whole lot showing on the sides. Just enough. Okay, so 4 3/4. Four and 3/4. So that's front and back. I'm just going to stick them in the box there. And I want to see if that's wide enough. Yeah, that's good for the inside too. Okay, so the inside I'm going to put, for the inside I'm going to use the black facing out. Oops, sorry. Well, your photo camera will work for YouTube, but unless it has the option to be used as a webcam, it won't work for Ustream, your digital camera. But smartphones will work if you have that. Oops. Quite get that all off. Alright, so now I need another one at 4 3/4 for the inside. 4 3/4. Oops, I forgot to take a 1/4 inch off, or 8. Those are for inside. I need 2 more for inside. Four 3/4. 4 3/4. Alright, so that's front, back. Alright, so for the outside, I need, for the sides I mean, hey, I'm sure it's no funnier than Giovanna than when I talk to myself. So you just sound like you would fit right in like a dirty sock, as they say, which is a good thing. Not a bad thing. Okay, so this, all right, so I'm going to cut it at 4 3/4 first, because that's the height. And then I need 7 minus 8. And then I can use this for the inside when I need to cut it down. So that's for the outside. And then by almost 7. All right, so those are the outsides. Now for this, I'm just gonna have to guess here. Where's my numbers? There we go. All right, so I don't know, because I don't even know if I did them at half. So 3.5 and so 3.5 should work for both sides. So 3.5, 3.5. Let's see if it just make sure that's gonna fit. Oh, and one's a little less than 3.5. So let's do 3 1/4. There we go. And actually, it's a smidge less than that even. All right. Sorry, I'm just measuring here. 3.5. And this can actually be a smidge less than 3.5, actually. All right. So that's for inside there. All right, so I need one more to cut the other. So let's cut it at 4 3/4 first. Oops, 4 3/4, not 3. 4 3/4. And then a little less than 3.5. Oh, and I did 2.5, didn't I? No, I did 3.5. Ooh. Less than 3.5. And a little less than 3 1/4. And I got a little extra to work with here in case I need it. All right, let's start gluing. Hey, Mandy! Didn't see you come in. Hello, hello. Welcome. Okay. So, Klein Didi's technique. I need to first apply, and once again I'm using the Ranger Glue and Seal in matte. I think it's in matte. I can't imagine I would have bought gloss because I'm not a fan of gloss. On the box, oops. On the paper. make sure I have the music upside right. Kind of important. And you have a little leeway when you use this type of glue, unlike a little more than score tape. It's one thing to pick up score tape when you're using cardstock, but when you're using scrapbook like paper weight, it doesn't pick up from score tape very well. Alright, so that's going down nice and smoothly. And then I think I'll do the coating over the top at the end. I don't think that matters, does it? Oh no, what project are you going to get poor Jen doing now? Oh my goodness. Ugh. Poor Jen. She's definitely got much more patience than me because, you know, me included in there giving advice. It's so fun to give other people advice, but I'm not so good at taking it. And I freely admit that. Always been that way. Oh! Ha! Yep. Very funny. Yeah, Darcy. Oh boy. I don't know. You're asking for trouble on that one. I think. Alright, and make sure I get my music upright, upside right. And I want to make sure, I'm more interested in if I have any misalignment problems. I'd rather it be at the bottom than the top of the box. Just because the eye would more likely see an error at the top of the box than along the bottom. Ugh. Hi, Camel Kitty. Mitzi, this is Ranger's Glue and Seal in matte. I bought it a while ago. It was on sale at Michael's, and I had like 20% off everything coupon. So I decided I would try it. Test it out. Keep my golden for my journal. Of course, my golden might dry out before I do anything else in my journal. Ah! Yeah. When I do journal, I have to put myself out there. It's funny because, like, I made errors making this box, and it doesn't bother me at all that I made errors. But for some reason, when I'm doing something like that I'm not comfortable doing, I'm more uncomfortable making errors. Which is very common. That is right. That's how you do the Q. Except I don't see Qs. So if you specifically have something, Giovanna, for me to Oh, by the way, is it Giovanna or Johanna? Is it an H sound or a V? Thank you, Joyce. Exactly. Write in all caps when you're specifically talking to me. Bye, Mandy. Oh. Oh, you're going to buy more. I thought you were going somewhere. Sorry. Well, if I'm not, Joe will be, because Joe's coming on after me. So I'll see you either way, Mandy. I'm just going to finish covering this, and I'm going to embellish it at some other point. Oh, I forgot to cut for the bottom, but I'm just going to put black on the bottom. I think. Oh, like I said, I would prefer the errors be on the bottom, this because this isn't quite straight, so. There we go. Alright, so there's the outside cover, except for the bottom, which I totally forgot about. And the bottom has to be almost 7, which I think is going to be perfect for what I have left here. Yay, perfect. Perfect. Yay. I'm going to put the black part outside on the bottom. Okay, Carol. Sunset. Okay. All right, so I want the back out, so I have to cover that part. This. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do Dee Dee's Alphabetica box or not. I mean, I don't journal, so I'm not sure, but I might, use it still for, I don't know, something. I love the idea. I'm just not sure what I would specifically use it for. But I could start collecting stuff. Maybe it will inspire me to collage. I don't know. What I really want to do is start practicing some drawing. I want to learn how to draw. I'm good with proportion and that kind of thing, but I'm not good at drawing realistic, and I'm into realistic. I'm not into... I love watching other people do it, but for me, I'm not really into whimsical and all that stuff. So I'd like to learn to draw realistic. Yes, you could go ahead, post a link. Links are open. Go ahead. Bye, Brenda. Yep, go ahead and post the link, Giovanna, whenever you find it there. And now I missed whether Giovanna answered, whether it's a V sound or an H sound. Okay, so now, insides. Time for the... Oh! And I didn't... Yes, I did cut those. They're right there. Okay. Oh, I don't think I cut for the bottom of this. No, I didn't. Nice thing is you don't really have to be neat when you're doing this kind of thing with the glue, because it doesn't matter if it oozes out, because that's the point. It can be messy. Me and messy. That doesn't usually go in the same sentence. Except for my apartment. All right, where am I? Ooh, I'm at 235. This is probably going to work out perfectly for just getting it covered and not embellished. Okay, very cool. I didn't do the strips inside, but I can do that. Ooh, very cool. Thank you. I will scroll back afterwards and get the blog, or someone can DM it to me on Twitter. That would be nice of someone to do. Boy, I'll tell you, this stuff stinks. It's already getting to my head. I didn't notice matte medium smelling this much golden. I only used it a couple times though, but really, I never noticed it this bad. Uh-oh. I have to take the extra off this. That's okay. I'll just tuck it down. It's lightweight. It won't show up. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna love this box. Whew. Okay. I tell you, I'm gonna end up using this whole jar though on this project. Maybe I'm using too much, but anyway. I'm trying to put the thin coat on. Being a little hard on my brush here too. Okay. Oops. Staples, Deborah. Oh, someone must have tweeted me. All right. I am liking how nice and smooth it's going on, though. It's going on extremely smooth. My paper's not bubbling at all. So I do like that about it. I do have plenty in my brush that I can use here. It's probably one thing, the brush is soaking up a lot of it, probably. So this is Seven Gypsies from an old paper line, Paddington, and it was on clearance somewhere online. And so I picked up like 10 or 15 sheets of it because I knew at some point I would be using it. Anything music I am drawn to, of course. Alright, so now these inside papers. Oops. Fur. Cat fur. It says Coda right there. My puppy Coda. Oops. Oh no. Went down there, wrinkle. Yeesh. And that's because my box isn't quite square. So I need to kind of press it around the corners a bit here. There we go. Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing. You should be able to use Google Translator to translate her blog, so you can read it, Carol. hope I did that the right way. Yep, good. Phew. All right, this is this part. Oh. Oh, hold on. I feel a dry spot up here in the corner. There we go. All right. Almost done covering. I don't know how much embellishing I'm going to put on it. I will, simply because I'm just using it as a box. I may put some gems on it or something, but you guys know me. I like paper to speak for itself, so it just may stay like this. I don't want to put flashcards on the front of it because when I retire I may choose to use it for something else. So I don't really want a title or anything on it. Bye. Very nice to meet you, Giovanna. See you later. Yeah, I am dreaming of retirement. It might be a number of years away, though, since I'm now only half time. Alright, now this I want to go this, no, I want it to go the same way. Yeah, dodging. Alright, so, a little less than 3.5 for one of them. And a little less than 3.25 for the other one. And now I'm doing the bottom. Hold on, which one is the wider one? So I'm actually doing this one. Oh, well, don't worry about that, Giovanna. Some of us, at the best of times, we speak English and we make the same errors. Don't worry about it. You just fit right in with our crowd of typing errors, I must say. beautiful, as you can see. Look at that. Can't get much better than this. It's warping just a little bit, but that should fix itself out once it dries. One more piece. And I'm at 249.21. I could have timed it better if I tried. So I just need to do this and then the corner there. Perfect. Oh, it slid on me. Not quite perfect. There. So now I just need to do the coat over the entire top to seal it. Oh, very nice. I'll tell you, the crafting community is one very generous community, I must say. Very generous. A wonderful group of people. Bye, Murda. Have fun. Oops. Excuse me. Oh, this is really getting to me. Whoa. I won't be using this kind very often, let me tell you. Ooh, not when you're sensitive to odors. Yeesh. It's like varnish. That's what it smells like. I've been trying to figure out what it smells like, and it smells like varnish. get all sides of that? Yes, I did. Of course, now I'm going to have fingerprints in all sides. Hello, did I? No, I didn't do that. Okay, so I need to do this side. Trying to get right in the corners really well. Keep it nice and smooth. I'll do the outside last. Okay. Yeah, it's Ranger Glue and Seal in matte, but it's smells like that varnish stuff. You know, you can get the clear, comes, that's what it really smells like. But I guess it's going to have more smell than Mod Podge simply because it's a stronger, more, but I would advise anyone else who, like me, is sensitive to smells that they not use this. Okay. Okay, I got all sections there. I got all sides there. All right, time for the outside, and then I'm done for the night. And yeah, using the whole jar for this project. Almost. But it's gonna last. It's gonna work. Thank goodness. I got it for the percentage off I got it for. But don't worry about that. If I need to use it, I need to use it. All right. Oh, hi, Shy. That, Joyce, this is 7 Gypsies from their Paddington line. It's a few years old, or a couple years at least, because it kind of came out, I think, when I first started, and I bought it when it was on kind of clearance. You still might be able to get it, I'm not sure. Paddington as in Paddington Bear. I'm sure it's probably a place in the UK. I'm not sure, but probably is. Hi, Paws. What are you doing on my knee? For those of you who don't know, Paws is one of my kitty cats. She just jumped up on my knee. She doesn't like it when I stream because I don't have my or when I craft, because my legs aren't up on the right spot for her to sit on my knee. She doesn't have as much space on this footstool, so she's not sure she's allowed to be up because I don't have my blanket over my legs. And they're not supposed to be on my knee without my blanket, are you, Paws? Huh? So, coming to the end of my time here this evening. Basically got my whole project done that I wanted to get done, so that is great. Should be dry in the morning for me to take to work and get it organized. Woohoo! Works out perfectly because I have a planning time tomorrow and I can get everything organized in here that I want.